Okay, hello everyone. This is another graphic that I made. This graphic is for a lineup. So if you have a baseball game that you want to show who's going to be in the starting lineup, this is a great graphic. It's pretty simple, shows everyone's position, their number, where the game's at, the date and the time. So this is real simple. What I did was I created the purple background. This is a 16:9 graphic. Again, 16:9 is what I've been drilled to use. So this is the size I created. I made it purple, added a white rectangle in the top. As you can see in the bottom right corner, there are a bunch of layers. You have to really keep track of your layers when you're making one of these. So I did the white rectangle up here just to give it a little edge. I wrote out Stephen F. Austin baseball starting lineup. Then I wrote out time, opponent, and date. This is the same font, different sizes. Stephen F. Austin is a turn down opacity. I cut this guy out. I made a video on how to cut that out. Shadow, I also showed how to create a shadow behind him. So I dragged him over. Um, Something that I did to add the textures, I went online and downloaded textures. Let me show you the website that I got them off of. This is off of the internet. It's called Transparent Textures. You pick whatever color you want and you can download them. There's a bunch of other types. As you can see, they have multiple types of transparent backgrounds. I just chose whichever one the dusty one was. I think it has a specific name. It's called Green Dust and Scratches. I uploaded that behind just to add some texture. Texture is always something good to have on graphics. Then this is where the tricky part really started. I wrote all their names out and the order that I wanted them to be in. And then I created one by one, I created these rectangles and circles. An easy way to do it is to find the size you want and then copy it. So by copying, you would just drag it down like this. If you look in the right-hand corner, you would grab it and then drag it to this and it would copy. The hardest thing to do is spacing and getting them the right size. I'm not even 100% sure these are all spaced out correctly, but just to show you all how to make them, this is what I'm doing. And see these purple lines when I move something around? I tried my best to line them up where they needed to be. But other than that, putting them where they need to be and spacing them out was the hardest part. It's very tedious, but if you keep track of these purple lines and the numbers in between, you'll have a pretty good guide on how to do so. Other than that, that was how I made this graphic. To save it, you can file save it as a PSD. Actually, hold on, let me look and see. Save it as a Photoshop, which will be PSD, because then you can go back and change names and change numbers. You can change a picture too, and then you can have the same layout. You can just change the time, date, whatever you need to do. Whatever you need to do, and that would be a really simple graphic. This was actually, I took this idea from one of Baylor's baseball graphics. So other than that, I'll have some more. I'm going to do some that you can use for Facebook and Twitter stories, and then I'm going to have, or Instagram as well, and then I'm going to have some player of the game, regular season player of the conference or whatever, stuff like that, just to have more graphic ideas. But again, this was a really easy one. The picture was one of the from what I took from some studio shots. I'm gonna try and use some actual game photos on the next graphics, just because not everyone has studio shots. But thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.